Thanks everyone for joining us today in our on-demand webinar. Today we are going to talk about why SaaS platforms need a cloud backup solutions. And of course, my name is Samantha Yip and I am an expert in IT. And of course, I have David Levine from ResTech Solutions as well joining us today.
Yep, thank you, Samantha. Yeah, I'll just introduce myself really quick. I am David Levine, the founder and CEO of ResTech Solutions, and we are a Houston-based managed IT provider. And also really quick for those who aren't familiar with the term SaaS, that is actually software as a service. So essentially those are going to be your online applications like Microsoft 365, Salesforce, etc.
Absolutely. Yes, I know we need more acronyms in IT for sure. So let's go over what we will be talking about today. We will be talking about what exactly a cloud backup is, why you need a backup solution. We're also going to talk about some common causes of data loss. We want to talk a little bit about who's responsible for recovering your lost data. And of course, we're going to go over some practical steps for a SaaS vendor backup. So let's get right to it. What exactly is a cloud backup? Well, your cloud backup is a process of backing up data to a remote location. Usually this is a third-party service that you'd be backing up your data towards a server. It differs from the common practice of storing your data on a physical device, like an external hard drive. The main benefit of a cloud backup is that it helps protect your data in the event a disaster or a security cyber incident takes place. It also makes it easier to access your data from anywhere as long as you have an internet connection. So how exactly does a cloud backup work? When you set up a cloud backup service, you will need to choose what data you want to back up and how often you want the backup to happen. The service will then create a copy of your data and store it in its servers. If you ever need to access that data, you can log into the service and you can download that data.
Yeah, another big difference when we're talking about cloud backup compared to what you may think of traditional backup, where even little over, probably actually a little more than a decade ago, it was very common. You'd have a computer and you'd have an in-house server and be backing up everything in-house. Well, now everything is going, as we say, in the cloud, really to some data center somewhere, and a lot of times that data will be replicated across different geographic locations. So if there ever is an incident with one of the data centers, your data is still intact and accessible to you when you need it.
Exactly. So you might be asking yourself, why do I need a backup solution? As software as a service becomes increasingly popular, you must be aware of the risks associated with this type of software. You can lose your software as a service data in many different ways, which we will discuss in the next slide. Here are some common causes of data loss. Employees, inevitably they will delete the wrong email contacts or critical configurations. SaaS vendors will honor your deletion request without question. They have no way of knowing if it is hasty or malicious type of requests. They are not responsible for any unexpected results. These powerful tools designed to help streamline your business process can also ruin critical data in a flash with no way to undo it. Remember that employees' action is involved in many of the electronic crime security incident events that you see out there. Also, rogue software can spread mayhem through programmatic efficiencies without any active attack from a hacker. Many malware programs and viruses emerge from existing code after hibernation, making them especially hard to tackle. However, starting your backup journey is also not that easy of a process that you'll have to tackle, a number of myths that we'll discuss in the next slide. A lot of these, sorry, David, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say really quick, because I know we talk a lot about, hackers and viruses and this and that, and it's a very common misconception. I see and hear time and time again that I got all this data, but it's just me, or I have so few employees, or they don't ever have access or touch stuff. So am I just more concerned about that? Well, in all honesty, what I usually tell people is probably the thing you should be concerned with the most is, your people, because more often than not, we see, even if we do end up getting malware, or, someone gets in, it's because someone inadvertently, usually accidentally, but sometimes even on purpose, does something to a system that then, causes harm or opens up a vulnerability that then allows all this other bad stuff to get in. So most of the time we see it's actually going to start with your people. um, and so, as you say all the time, you just want to make sure you have provided proper training, especially cybersecurity training, that will cover a lot of these behaviors that we see from people unbeknownst to them, because they're just not aware they're doing it.
Yeah, no, I absolutely was what I was going to add. I mean, these are all very common data loss incidents that we hear of a lot, right? From just illegitimate deletion when employees just delete things by accident. I'm going to go through later on in this conversation, and I'll show you, who actually owns the data. And really, once you delete the data, the SaaS provider, your software as a service vendor, they are going to execute your command, right? They're not going to try to verify whether or not the deletion should occur in the first place. So, I mean, these are things that happen when people just also get when they're multitasking, right? I mean, they might be working remotely and doing a couple of different things, and that's a very very common cause of data loss among all the other ones that we did discuss already. But going back to starting your backup journey, there are some myths that we are going to tackle, and we're going to talk about these myths right now. 3 common myths that you'll hear out there is that there might be a robust backup included in your cloud platform. While there might be some levels of protection baked into your backup, frequently comes with a baked-in backup frequently comes with several different limitations that may endanger your organization if you rely entirely on it. Many of the software as a service providers out there, even if they include a backup in their productivity solution, they also recommend a more robust additional solution. So you should look into kind of the terms and conditions that you have with that specific vendor. A second myth is that your backup protects you against ransomware. It's not the case. I mean, having a solid backup and a recovery solution can assist you in restoring your encrypted or your stolen data, but this does not mean that this still means that your data is out there. Yes, you might regain access to all of your data, and you might avoid paying a cyber criminal for a decryption key. However, the cyber criminal out there, they still have your stolen data, and they can still cause harm to your organization by making public your IP or any personally identifiable information. They might even try to extort you with that information that they already have in hand. So it's not, backup doesn't actually protect you from ransomware, but it will help you recover in an incident.
Yeah, and you even when you're looking to pick, the backup service or solution you're going to use, you've also got to look to see how much is this backup actually protected from malware itself? Because most crafty malware out there will go after your data, but it's also going to go after your backups. So even though you may have backups, it may not necessarily do you any good, because your backups have also been ransomware. So you just need to make sure, especially when we're talking about a third-party service, that they have mechanisms in place to protect that data, that backed up data, from ransomware as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen some cases of that. It's scary when they go after your backup as well, because you really have nowhere to go to after that. The third myth that you might hear is that any backup solution will do, and pretty much all backup is the same. You're going to get your basics to your enterprise class type backups, but there's different formats for this. Some include handy integrations to productivity solutions like Microsoft 365 or Google Workspace and Salesforce that can save you a lot of time and hassle. Others still deliver a very robust security measures that equip you to restore any files lost during a ransomware attack in just a few clicks. Really understanding what matters most to your organization is the first step to choosing the right backup and recovery solution. And if you're working with an IT service provider, this is where they can come in and help you. They're able to help identify with you what is important and to pick the right backup for your organization. So you might be wondering yourself, you might be asking yourself right now, who exactly is responsible for your lost data? So SaaS vendors only cover their responsibilities. They're not going to cover your responsibilities. So let's break down what these responsibility looks like in the next slide. Here's a pretty nice compiled list of what your vendor is responsible for, so what your SaaS vendor is responsible for, and what you're responsible for. So you'll see everything on the left-hand side, what the vendor is responsible for. They're responsible for, any hardware failures on their side, for you to access that information, software failures, again, for you to access that information, natural disasters, power outage, any deletion requests, they're responsible for that. From your responsibility, you're responsible for any human mistakes. We talked about that a little bit earlier with, maybe illegitimate deletion requests, any programmatic errors, malicious insider activity. So, they won't know whether or not it's a malicious activity if someone does hack in and steal the information or delete the information, or if it's ransomware or any external hackers. Those are your responsibilities to overcome. If you don't believe, that slide right there, we can look into 3 of the top SaaS providers out there and what exactly they say in their SLAs. Here's kind of a brief look at, what Microsoft 365 is saying. They say that this is your data, you own it, you control it. So it's not theirs. And of course, Salesforce, similar thing. They say it's your data, of course, and that you're responsible for a backup solution. And of course, Google, again, to put it simply, anything and any customers of theirs that put information into their systems, the end customer is responsible for. So you're responsible for the data that you put in their systems.
Yeah, so one thing I wanted to mention here, so a lot of these vendors, you may go through, read their information, or you may hear people say, for example, Microsoft, whenever you delete an account, they say that data can be recovered within 30 days. But that's no guarantee that it can be recovered. I actually have a client I'm now working with that before they were a client of ours, we had found out that they actually had a massive data loss incident with their email data in Microsoft 365. And even though it was within the 30-day period, for whatever reason, whatever happened, Microsoft just wasn't able to recover that data. So they lost about 18 months worth of email history due to that incident. So it's very important to make sure that you are protecting your data, which in turn is protecting yourself and your business, because should something happen and you lose that data, it can be a big issue, especially if you're in an industry where you have compliance measures to make sure you're in line with, because a lot of industries, there are certain measures in place that say you have to retain data for so many years.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go over some practical steps on, what you should be looking for in terms of a backup. Hopefully it's obvious by now that you need a cloud backup for any of your software as a service data. So before you embark on that journey, on your cloud backup journey, you must know these best practices to get the most bang for your buck. First off, I would look at setting your expectations. To know what you're getting and read through your vendor agreements, their terms and conditions to understand what backups are baked into your cloud platform. And David had just mentioned, even if they're baked in, if there is some sort of baked in backup, it's not always something to rely on, right? So you might also want to have a plan B or secondary option towards that backup solution, just in case there's no way to recover it, even if they include some form of a backup. Next, I would look at fine-tuning your backup. So similar to like sports cars, backup and recovery solutions need fine-tuning to meet your needs. So instead of like upgrading tires or anything else around the car, you'll be able to look at, you'll be looking at backing up a backup time frame. You'll get to decide how often you back up your data. Next, I look at testing your backup regularly. So it's really crucial to test your backups regularly to ensure that they will be there when you need them. When you work with any IT service provider, this is a service that will be done for you, so that in the event of an incident, that backup will be available to you. Lastly, I would suggest staying up to date on a security landscape. Be aware of all the different ways your data can be compromised and have strategies in place to prevent them. These are, all practical steps, best practices that look kind of daunting. Again, I highly recommend and I highly suggest working with an IT service provider to, help you in this backup journey and also keep you up to date on just what the security landscape looks like and all the new security threats that are out there that might compromise your data.
Yeah, because the landscape's ever changing. So that's why we're here to help you, because we know you need to focus on your business. You don't have time to necessarily worry about all these little details. So, we take care of that. That's what we do. And so we'll let hey, this is what you should expect. We'll do all the fine tuning. We'll test and we'll stay up to date and let you know of anything that you need to be aware of.
Yes, and I've talked a lot about working with an IT service provider. David is amazing, and he's giving away a complimentary consultation if you've made it all the way to the end of this presentation.
Yes, please don't hesitate to reach out. Last thing we want to see is any business struggle. So we're certainly here to help answer any questions. Look at your environment, and kind of assess, what's working, what's not. Where do you want to improve? Maybe what do you want to change? We'll help you get on the right path and make sure everything's working for you and not against you, so your business can grow and thrive.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you for taking the time with us today. Hopefully, you're well informed on why you need to look at a backup, even if you're using a software as a service provider.